If you're looking for a 4K PC build and you're looking to spend around 1,100 bucks, this is going to be the right video for you. And also, if your budget is around $1,000, stay until the end of this video because I will also show you how to make this PC cheaper and still be a great option for 4K gaming. And even if you want a 1440p monitor instead of a 4K one, this video will have it covered as well. That said, you will have all the links to these components down below in the video description. Before starting to talk about the components, I want to say that 2 years ago, $1,000 for a 4K PC build seemed impossible, so right now it's an amazing time to build your first PC build, especially if you have a budget of around 1,100 bucks or below. So with the CPU, I went with the Ryzen 5 5600 going for 140 bucks. This last weekend the 5600 was around $115, so it's a shame to see go up in price again, but it is what it is, still a great value CPU for the price. For the CPU cooler, I picked the Thermalright Assassin X Refined. This one is 22 bucks. It's a beautiful RGB CPU cooler. Now, you don't need an air cooler for this type of CPU, you can get away with the stock one if you wanna save 20 bucks. For the motherboard, I picked the Gigabyte B550M DS3H micro ATX motherboard going for $102. Once again, I used to pick the PG Riptide for around 90 bucks. That one is better value, but it's not in stock right now. So this motherboard will have all the features that you need for gaming, even for 4K. Then for the memory kit, I picked the Team Group T-Force Vulcan C, 16 gigs of RAM. This is a dual channel 2x8 of DDR4 at 3200 MHz CL16 memory, which is the standard for gaming nowadays, so you won't have any issues with this kit. Then for the storage, I picked the Mashking 1TB of M.2 NVMe Gen 3 SSD. This is plenty of storage, 1TB, and I think that it's the sweet spot because 500 gigs might not be enough for you and 2TB might be an overkill, so 1TB is going to get the job done for a bunch of games. Now it really depends on case by case, so maybe you can get away with 500 gigs of SSD and save some money. But for most people, 1TB is going to be the sweet spot. Now for the graphics card, I picked the AMD Radeon RX 6800 XT. This one has 16 gigs of VRAM and it's, in my opinion, the best price to performance GPU on the market right now, especially for 4K gaming, since it's going to perform really similar to the RTX 3080, and the RTX 3080, let me tell you, it's around $200 to $300 more expensive than this GPU, so if you're just going to do gaming, AMD is the way to go. Now, if you want to do content creation, streaming, and you really want that NVIDIA encoder, then yes, sure, go ahead, get the 3080 instead, but you will be paying a premium for it. And if you want a cheaper option that is also going to be pretty solid at 4K, you can get the RX 6800 non-XT version for around $500. So if you have a budget of 1,000 bucks, you can get the 6800 and take out the CPU cooler, and there you have it, a gaming PC build for 4K under 1,000 bucks. Now, I do not recommend you doing this because you get extra performance with the 6800 XT and it's a $50 difference. I don't feel like it's that much of a difference considering the performance that you gain. So in my personal opinion, the 6800 XT should be the graphics card to go if you're going for 4K. Now, it's a different story if you have a 1440p monitor and you don't want to upgrade to 4K, then yes, the 6800 is all that you're going to need. Really, you don't need the 6800 XT or even the 6800, you can get away with the 6750 XT in that case to keep saving money, just so you know, in case you have a 1440p monitor instead of a 4K one. And if you have a 1080p one and you're not looking to even upgrade to 1440p, then definitely don't buy this PC. I have a bunch of videos of budget 1080p builds that I will leave in the top right of the screen if that's your case. Also, if you want to know the best GPU-CPU combo, I will leave in the top right of the screen my latest video about the best GPUs for all budgets for November 2022, where I also discuss the best CPU to pair those GPUs with. With the case, I picked the Salman S2 ATX mid-tower case. This one is a budget $55 ATX case and it has plenty of airflow and a front mesh panel. Now, if you want to make this case RGB, you have to change the pre-installed fans to RGB ones. That is going to cost you extra money, but just out of the box, this black case is going to be enough for the airflow of this system. Now, if you want something all black, then you have to change the CPU cooler to an all black one. You will have that alternative cooler in the video description in case you don't want any RGB. And then for the power supply, I picked the Superflower LEDX 3 Gold 850 watt 80 plus gold power supply. This is fully modular. Now I wanna say that you can get away with 750 watts without any issues. You can even get away with 700 watts, but this happens to be the best price to performance power supply on the market right now in my opinion. The cheaper ones, even for 750 watt power supplies, those are usually C tier rated from what I've seen. So if you find at least a B tier rated power supply that's cheaper than this, where you can save money and not lose quality, let me know in the comment section and I will put it in the video description so you all can save money when buying this system. However, for 95 bucks, you get an 850 watt power supply, so it's great for future upgradability, especially if you want to change the CPU down the line to a higher end one, or even if you want to change the GPU to, let's say, the RX 6950 XT or the new RX 7900 XTX. That one seems to be a really good GPU, but we will have to wait and see. Now this whole PC is going to cost you around 1070 bucks. Yes, it's not 1100, so with those extra 30 bucks, you can add RGB RAM, or you can change the case to an all RGB case. Like I said before, you will have alternatives in the video description for all of these that I'm saying, but that's what I would do with those extra $30 if I wanted to spend the money and if I wanted RGB. If you don't want RGB, then do not spend that money, keep it yourself. But if you do want RGB, that is what I would personally do with this PC build. And like I said, if you're going to do 1440p, yes, you can go with the 6800 XT if you want the highest frame rate and you really need those FPS in esports titles. But like I said before, even the 6800 is going to be more than enough for that. So before buying, check your monitor resolution or ask to yourself if you're going to upgrade to 4K gaming, because if you're not, I think that you're buying an overkill of a PC build, which is crazy to say at the price of 1100 bucks because of the market the last couple of years. Now I highly recommend you subscribing, of course, that will help the channel a lot, but clicking the bell button so you get notified for the Christmas deals coming, and I will see if I can make a giveaway for you guys. I'm not sure yet, so I can't promise anything, but if I can, keep that notifications button on so you get notified when I upload it and you can hopefully participate for a new PC. Thank you guys for watching, thank you for your support, and I will see you on the next one.